Okay, truly. Who thought this would be a good idea? I'm kidding, but... Tanekamara. My name is Sage Blake. I'm a wanderer, storyteller, artist immature, and this is going to be a slightly different day than usual. Specifically because, well, today was going to be the planned Lite stream at 10, but I figure that I could start an hour earlier and checkpoint that stream as specifically a lore type stream. Because, well, I've been talking with Flora Green outside the standard Starbound stuff. Or rather, sorry, outside the standard Starbound LP, and he brought something to my attention. A specific lore book that I might want to read. So I figure that I could take a look at that, as well as a couple other lore books as well, just to get a feel for the world and its people, so to speak. Specifically, I'm only going to be taking a look at the Frackin-specific books and mod-specific books, because other than that, there are several for, well, the many other races in the game, such as the Avians, the Axolotl, Florins, and so on and so forth. But Frackin Universe also adds its own sets of lore books, some of which are just miscellany in terms of what exactly the mod can do. Others are actual bits of lore, and I figure it might be nice to take a little time to appreciate just how much work went into this mod. Both from the main creator himself, tip of the hat to Seder Dark Moon, and also tip of the hat to the rest of the team as well. Because they put a lot of work into this project, and it's only fair for me, as a person playing through it, to show off some of the bits of that work. So to start with, a ludicrous annoyance. How am I meant to further the apex species when our labs get attacked? And by a member of the Ring of Thorns, no less. That Thornwing will get an earful next time we have cocktails. I set my elite Mininog guards to clean up the mess. Dr. Lax's body was gone. What kind of lunatic kidnaps a body? Oh well, it was probably eaten by Florence. Managed to recover some of the notes in that, so I've hired another doctor to carry on with the research. On the plus side, my Mininog spies were able to track down that annoying blogger who kept posting NDA-protected information. He's hiding out in a human prison, of all places. Might place a call to Thornwing to deal with him, I guess. I feel like I might have met that person at one point, or I could meet that person. Maybe it's just me? Who knows? Having found myself accidentally enrolled as an avian ascendant, I figured I might as well make the most of it and go with the flow. If it comes to it, and I'm chosen to leap off the tower, I have this jetpack I borrowed from the Mininog. So exciting. Imagine that. The Hiraki Kural, avian god. The first hilotl avian god in history, I'd wager. In the meantime, however, I accidentally started rummaging through one of my fellow students' belongings, and what should I find? Greenfinger's delightful Strength Sap Elixir. Strength Sap? Now, I like nothing more than testing Greenfinger's concoctions, but the Strength Sap has always been one of my favorites. I couldn't resist taking a sip, and ended up drinking the whole lot. So naughty. I hope the avian who I borrowed it from doesn't mind. I've never even heard of Strength Sap. Maybe it's something I could dig up at some point. The Terrain Protectorate has stood proudly for over 500 years, striving for peace and for unity amongst many peoples of the universe. We exist to offer aid to the vulnerable and sanctuary to those living in fear. We endeavor to educate, protect, and support all those who seek our help. We are the Terrain Protectorate. Long may we stand. About that. If I remember correctly, the Terrain Protectorate ends up falling, like, pretty much at the beginning of the storyline of this game. From as far back as Apex history can be traced, all that is known is the rule of the majestic Big Ape and his benevolent Mini-Nog. Of course, Apex history only reaches back about 100 years, due to a series of accidental fires, explosions, and rogue mech accidents which destroyed all of the archives ever. Big Ape assures the populace, however, that he has been in charge since the dawn of time, and will continue to be in charge until the last star supernovas. Any Apex who steps out of line, says the wrong thing, eats the wrong banana, or looks at one of the many hidden cameras in a funny way, will be subjected to Mini-Nog therapy, designed to improve the species. In fact, all Apex should volunteer for this. Sign up now. Oh, good! Brainwashing! It's like 1984 all over again. Jeez. Our clipped council liaison came by today, and a well-placed bribe ensured I won't have to be sharing a room with the others. No more worrying about late-night visits. Next, I sent word to my man outside the village. He's to deliver a message of great importance. Then, our mental training began. I outclassed the others with ease, as I knew I would. My mind is the sharpest it has ever been. I could see them staring at me, angrily, just willing me to succeed, planning what they'd do to me when I did. They're gonna have a rude awakening. Yeah, comforting. Though I'm not exactly sure what this book is referencing. I mean, it's numbered, yeah, specifically with the number 4, but I don't know the series that it's a part of. By Karn Hollowbeak, Avian Scholar, it is common. Sorry. Wow, let me try that again. By Karn Hollowbeak, Avian Scholar. It is common for some of the richest avians to be buried with their worldly possessions. I've always found this a strange practice, but it transpires that many other species do the same. As a historian, it seems a shame to me to seal away sometimes unique items, but I do also see the romanticism in being able to take your treasured things into the afterlife. However, because of this trend, avian tombs are often the targets of robbery, hence the employment of tomb keepers, individuals who dedicate their lives to the living in the tombs for a period of no less than 10 years. Okay, now I kind of feel bad, because I'm pretty sure I've ransacked some of those tombs along the way, and, well, you could say the rest is history, but even so. Like, I could kind of tell that avian culture is quite a ways based around ancient Egyptian culture. Like, specifically with the celebration of their gods, doing anything they could for them. The burials within pyramidal-like structures, often sarcophagi, mummified bodies, etc., etc. They're really heavily based upon that type of culture, the ancient Egyptian. It's interesting how these types of things end up getting adapted. BT details and genomes is just tutorial stuff. Dreadwing the Penguin. Gather ye round and hear tell of Dreadwing, scourge of the universe, bane of all spacefarers. Seldom a day goes by without some new nefarious scheme occurring to this contemptible beast. He prowls the stars in his flying saucer, leaving naught but bitter resentment in his wake. Followers flock to him, drawn by respect or compelled by fear. At the sound of his name, his enemies scatter to the four winds. He is Dreadwing, the small blue penguin. Right, I think I fought that guy at one point, like very early on in the series. Not that bad. Greenfinger's notes, Flora and Biology. Due to reliance on natural water sources thanks to the Florans, redacted, roots, it transpires that Floran biology leaves individuals susceptible to extreme heat. All Florans know that fire equals danger, but many are unaware of the toll that dry, humid conditions can take on the body. Prolonged exposure to desert climate can leave Florans in a mummified, barely living state before they eventually succumb to the elements, crumbling to dust. As the species expands its territory, it's been important to find ways in which the Florans can adapt their biology in order to survive inhabitable climates. I figured Florans were quite plant-like, but I didn't think that they'd actually go so far as to explain why they end up shriveling in these types of climates. I mean, it does make sense in retrospect. I'm kind of a plant guy, so yeah. Lack of water, lack of nutrients, and of course they're going to wither away into nothing. Methods of excommunication. One day I was fortunate enough to meet with a member of the Alien? What? Of the Avian Clipped Council, a group of flightless avians who serve their ruler, Glux. We shared talk and stories, and eventually a bottle of particularly potent meat juice. What? This loosened the avian's tongue even more, and I was able to ask her about the grounded, and how her people deal with those who defy their god. Many are simply sent from the villages, she told me, occasionally even hounded off planet if their heresy is grand enough. Others, however, are subject to a process which even to myself sounds barbaric. She stressed, repeatedly, that this behavior was no longer endorsed by the Clipped Council. Atheist avians who require punishment are dipped in a vat of tar-like liquid, which solidifies over their feathers, turning their plumage into what is essentially stone. Seeing as the avians cannot fly, it's a largely symbolic gesture, but one which serves to shame the subject. Naturally, I asked my acquaintance for a sample of this tar, which she promised to ship to me. Barbarism aside, the potential of combining it with Floran biology may lead to advancements in ground troop armor. I don't think I've yet to encounter that specific type of tar. I mean, if it hardens into something stone-like... I have a few ideas, but even then, they're not exactly concrete. I mean, it couldn't be something like lava, because, well, being anywhere near the lava would actually kill them outright, let alone the amount of damages that they'd suffer from even dipping their wings in it. So it would have to be a fairly specific chemical structure, I think. Also vaguely reminds me of Dr. Stone. Could be wrong on that one. I mean, it isn't exactly revitalizing them in any way, shape, or form. Writing ban. Town elders have informed me that celebrated author Treo Florstab has fled his home village after a series of critical maulings in the intergalactic press. His writing tutor, one glitch Professor Irondome, was found with a copy of Florstab's debut novel, Floor and Peace, rammed into his mouth. Thankfully, the glitch was okay, although I'm told he occasionally quotes pretentious dialogue following the incident. Florstab apparently told the glitch professor that he'd make sure the universe would remember my name. As such, I have no choice but to suspend any and all attempts at teaching the Florans to write, in case we encounter any further murderous delusions of grandeur. I mean, the Florins are fairly primitive-minded species. They can be clever, but that I've noticed, they tend to stay toward more feral mindset than anything else. I'm reminded of a few things actually on that one. One of which I probably shouldn't mention because bit on the off-brand side of things. But anyways, it's actually kind of interesting. Maybe they're just maybe general Floran culture is just so ingrained on the self and small group dynamic that any little bit of ego growth ends up driving them insane like that. Or maybe it's just a one-off thing, and that particular Floran ended up being a bad example for the rest of their species. I feel bad. Scattered knowledge makes up the entire base of what we know about the race we refer to as the Precursors, largely because we have no way to know what they call themselves. No text ever speaks of their species identification. Nothing ever mentions a homeworld, star system. If they were xenophobes, if they were xenophobes, they were exceptionally protective and paranoid ones. Fortunately, most scholars aren't me. I came across a ruin. I'll keep the location secret for now. Sasha, you won't believe it. A library. A massive, well-preserved, and fully functioning library. The information within is, without a doubt, the most significant archaeological find in the history of the entire cosmos. All I need to do is make it to the meeting on Earth, and I can present my findings after the Protectorate Emergency Summit. So, someone ended up finding a bit of the Precursors, huh? I found a few echoes of the Precursors myself on the Infernus planet. I'm planning on heading back there once we actually start the exploration part of the stream. Likely I'll reset for that, but regardless. When we get around to that, I'm definitely going to make sure to try and find a few more of those specific items. Is it the precursor items? Precursor vault. Is it like, I've been on the specific Discord for Frackin Universe, and I ended up picking up a couple details about how precursor worlds work. Specifically, there are a whole bunch of repositories within them. There's also one specific thing that I should be trying to find that will give me some really great materials and just generally be very useful. Of course, that's going to be luck and a half in order to find it in the first place, and I'm also going to need to create a thermal shell along the way as well, just to deal with all the heat. But it's something, it's a goal that I want to hit at some point. The last log I'm going to be hitting is the infraction log, because that's going to be the big thing that will echo something we'll try to be doing in the far in the future, but yeah. In the meantime, Lycian Scout Ship. The Swiftfang class scout ship that most Lytesian use is a small but upgradable ship that they use to get around the galaxy. While not as big as some of the other races' ships, this ship's small size hides the bite it can take out of an enemy with its matter impact cannon. The IMC is known to completely bypass shields by shooting a small, high-velocity, impact-driven explosive wrapped in a protective shell of plasma. The resulting blast has been known to easily punch dangerous holes in a Condor-class ship. That's a fairly dangerous space weapon. I mean, I'm glad that there isn't too much in the way of ship-on-ship battles, but I think I would completely be destroyed if I end up fighting some type of Lycian ship. With my hodgepodge? Oh gods. Ruptured in seconds. Meeting minutes. Participants, Big Ape, Greenfinger, Thornwing, Redacted. Big Ape. So, let's get started then. We have important things to discuss. Redacted. This is the redacted person. Are you serious? And that's why you should never date a halal. Luke, save us. What? Aww, I wish there was more to this. I'd like to see what exactly the big joke was. But I guess it makes sense that something involving Big Ape would be censored. Specifically because Big Ape is the, well, big head of the apex civilization. If Big Ape had too much of a personality, then that might cause too much of an influence to the people, and as a result, all of their brainwashing could potentially be undone by a single stray core. Reading material by Raki Kural, Halotl Adventurer. The Glitch may not be the warmest of people on the outside, but their hospitality is undisputable. They found me scaling the castle wall, simply wanting to have a look through a tower window, and politely invited me inside. And now, of course, it sounded like a trap. So there was a bit of a scuffle at first, but it turned out they were genuine. They offered me the run of the castle to explore, research, and investigate to my heart's content. Occasionally I run into one of them, and they greet me pleasantly enough. I've been reading all manner of fascinating books, and my understanding of the Glitch is growing. That I've seen, the Glitch tend to be pretty hostile toward me. Maybe I'm just, going about it the wrong way? Maybe if I advanced toward one of their castles unarmed, as opposed to with a weapon in my hands, then maybe they would be a little more receptive toward me? Who knows? It's something to try in the future. Of course, it could just be the fact that I'm a rampantly looting spacefarer who just, well, may look threatening, or feral in some respects. The armor might not help. Metaphysics. You've received this issue of Metaphysics Monthly. Congratulations! To make the absolute most of this exciting area of scientific research, you'll need to do a few things. Oh, it's just tutorial stuff. Never mind. Shockhopper Mech Mark 1. A new fantastic offer. Have you ever wanted to combine the hydraulic fist of the Pugno Punch-O-Matic, the ball lightning production capabilities of the Stormatron 5000, and the firepower of the Theta 8 ground-to-air missile launcher? Well, now you can, with Dr. Akagi's Shockhopper Mark 1. Other amazing features include dash thrusters, capable of speed and flight, a wildfire broad-barreled flamethrower, ergonomic controls for easy flipper use. Get yours today. I don't have flippers. I'm pretty sure that means this mech would be absolutely useless for me. Oh well! Few things are sacred to the Kyros in the traditional sense, save for information. The most valuable thing to any Kyros is any data that belonged to their people in ages long past. These are exceptionally rare, occasionally found on disks and hard drives scattered throughout the space. A single data disk is worth a fortune to a Kyros, and anyone with information leading to their large collections of data, known as storage bays, data centers, or mega servers, depending on who you ask, will be compensated with wealth beyond imagining, provided the Kyros in question is wealthy enough to accomplish this. I don't think I've exactly seen a Kyros repository yet. Maybe they're just that rare an item? Either that, or I have encountered one at some point and just don't recognize it. Could be either, really. I've got meat to spare. Should be good. Survivor's personal log. Stardate 9472-298-I. 298I. What? Let's try that again. Personal log. Stardate 9472-298. I barely escaped the Terran Protectorate after the disaster. I'm trapped in orbit around a lush-like planet, which is convenient since it looks inviting. Transport is working for the moment. Wait. Is this supposed to be, in the words of Tilshif herself? Let me try that again. Let me try that again with my terrible impression of a female voice. Stardate 9472-298. I barely escaped the terrain protectorate after the disaster. I'm trapped in orbit around a lush-like planet, which is convenient since it looks inviting. Transport is working, for the moment. My ship's sensors seem to be picking up a small research outpost on the surface. Perhaps there's someone there that can help me out. Stardate 9472-301. It's been several days since I've arrived. I'm so lonely. I still haven't found that research outpost, if it even exists at all. All I know is that I'm constantly hungry, and it's always raining. I normally don't mind the rain, but my drafty little hut is constantly leaking, and I really don't like having to sleep on a wet bed every night. It's the worst. Well, at least the food is plentiful on this little planet, even if I do have to go out and hunt for it. What I wouldn't give for some catnip right now. A Curious Glitch by Greenfinger of Florence. Ever since our two species came together, the glitch have been a source of intrigue for me. The hive mind glitch reminds me of our people in many ways, singularly driven, focused on teamwork. And yet, the Florence work as a unit through choice, but the glitch appear connected to some kind of central mainframe. A sentient AI, perhaps? Or something else? The truth has been lost to history. Nonetheless, it's remarkable to consider that in this way, the Florins far outmatch the glitch in terms of societal advancement. It's the outcasts who interest me most. Many of these free-thinking glitch have come into our midst. Their physiology means they have little to fear from the Florins. But there's more than that. There's an affinity between the two species, of which there's no denying. That's really cool. So many people end up struggling day to day with whether science and technology can actually intermingle. And, albeit in a fictional sense, I guess this could be seen as proof of that. I mean, if the Florins can get along with the glitch so easily, then maybe it isn't so far-fetched for nature to coexist with technology. Me, I'm a firm believer of it. There's always a way for the two to coexist. I mean, if there wasn't, then we wouldn't have anything along the lines of modern day farming or cultivation techniques. Hell, there are many different types of parasites and maladies that plants can suffer, and thanks to human ingenuity and technology, we've been able to help certain types of plants conquer that. Of course, we also end up causing our own sets of parasites and maladies to plants ourselves. But hey, I won't say that humanity is all positives or all negatives. The first hunt. When a young Lycene is sent out on their first hunt, it's quite the rite of passage for them. Given a spear, a bow, and arrows, they must seek out and hunt down the prey that are shown in their dreams the night before the hunt. This prey is no easy target most of the time, and the outcome is always the same. Either the prey or the Lycene ends up dead. Once the prey is downed, the young Lycene will mark it with the rune of his or her name. In this way, they earn the right to their name. The following pages list the names of various Lycene hunters. So I guess the Lycene are a bit like Norse Vikings meets hyper-dimensional powers, I guess? I couldn't tell you. The thrill of the hunt. Rules of the hunt. 1. As the young Lycene comes of age, they must undertake the hunt. 2. Those who refuse to partake in the hunt will still be allowed in Lycene society, but will still be considered a pup. 3. The prey must be a worthy target, as defined in the Great Hunt. 4. Lycene must take the prey down by themselves. So, one-on-one combat for the most part. Interesting. The would-be king. Once upon a time, before the dawn of the outcasts, all the glitch lived peacefully together. They had their villages and castles and fields and all sorts of other things that robots like. They lived happily and prosperously, thousands of minds working together. But one day, a single glitch walked into the castle, took a seat on the throne, and loudly proclaimed, decisive, "I am the king." The other glitch stared at this unusual sight for a while, but didn't know what to say. The self-proclaimed ruler was not something they were prepared for. As such, and with no real understanding of the situation, the glitch were forced to obey. The new glitch king called himself Dreadwing, and ruled with an iron fist. His subjects were expected to work day and night, which at first was not a problem for the glitch, since they rarely feel the need to rest. Soon, however, it became clear that the wear and tear on glitch parts was an issue, and Dreadwing demanded the construction of more glitch to boost his ranks. The glitch were puzzled here, because at no point in their species' history had they ever been able to create more of their number. For as long as they could, they put off this task, until one day, Dreadwing descended into a fit of such ferocious anger that the glitch knew they had to do something. Day by day, Dreadwing grew more apoplectic as the number of glitch never grew. In fact, his anger was such that he took to hurling his subjects from the castle tower, thus causing the population to shrink rather than grow. This made him even more angry. One day, a group of glitch scientists hit upon an idea. They had no idea how to create more of their number, of course, but they were rather adept at making stylish suits of armor. It had often been remarked upon how the armor looked like the glitch themselves, and so they set to work commissioning a number of blacksmiths to make as many suits of armor as possible. The glitch blacksmiths toiled day and night to create an army suitable for their lord Dreadwing. Of course, this army didn't fight or even move, but they looked really great at certain angles. Eventually, though, the blacksmiths ran out of room for their false army, and realized it was time to unveil it. The army paraded past on floats, towed by a number of glitch workers, and a Florin who decided to join in unannounced. Dreadwing sat atop his iron throne, brought outside into the city, and applauded each and every unit. "They stand very still," he remarked, to which his aides replied, "Yes, they are very disciplined." As the last float made its way down the street, the entire crowd gasped as one of the soldiers leapt from the stand and charged towards Dreadwing. Most surprised of all were the blacksmiths, who knew full well that their soldiers were little more than decorative suits of armor. Dreadwing, however, thought it was all part of the show. King Dreadwing applauded and whooped as the armored glitch careened towards him. It was only as the soldier lowered its blade and charged that he suspected something was wrong. The blade pierced his metal shell, which shattered with a deafening crack. All the glitch watched as their king fell backwards, his glitch disguise falling away, revealing a small, black and white bird-like creature. The glitch had been duped. All this time, their tyrannical, unusual king had been a space pirate in disguise. It made perfect sense. Realizing the game was up and badly injured, the evil space pirate made his escape, never to be seen again. The rogue soldier turned out to be the impromptu Florin, who had grown bored and decided to go on a hunting spree. She was made an honorary hero of the glitch people, but then immediately exiled because killing kings was bad, even if they were penguins in disguise. From that day forth, the glitch vowed never to allow another monarch to take control, even if they asked really nicely. I vaguely suspect that the Florin that they're talking about is Nur. I could be wrong about that one, but it sounds vaguely like a Nur thing to do. If that makes sense. What to do when another race calls you a dog. While we Lycene have tails, digitigrade legs, and fur covering our bodies, we are not dogs. If anyone calls you such, remember first that they are simply misinformed. Explain to them that you are a different species and that dogs are not bipedal creatures. If they keep it up, try not to bite them. But for those who refuse to respect you, perhaps they can be informed what happens to Lycene prey. Your first home. This book is full of pages and illustrations of Lycene buildings and how to build them on different planets. Aww, that's it? I was expecting something more. Oh well. She. Uncovering Truths 3. What caused the mass die-off and near extinction of the She is a debated mystery to us. Speculations range from invasion to events such as meteor strikes or gamma ray bursts. Whatever happened, nearly 98% were almost simultaneously rendered inert, their cores dying along with them. I personally believe it was a devastating contagious disease in the form of a parasite. By studying some She cores that managed to survive the event in recently abandoned ghost towns, I found plenty of small holes that, when scanned, showed a map of unnerving tunnels. Small objects laid within, perhaps eggs, but evaporated when samples were attempted. With my hypothesis, the only thing I'm missing is the catalyst for this disease. We may be fortunate in covering more hidden truths in the coming days as we investigate more dead cities. That's worrying. I don't think I exactly know what the She are. I might need to, do a little more research, see what exactly their bodies look like so I can get a better mental picture. But... if it's some type of parasite, then I would assume that it might not affect all types of species, it's just specifically the She. But even then, if it did affect multiple types of species, that would be fairly devastating for the standard living race. I mean, it sounds like that type of parasite could easily, I haven't been munching plant fiber at all. Bullshit. But anyway, it sounds like, how do I put this? It sounds like the parasite could easily puncture myocardial tissue and, as a result, easily damn a standard living being. Don't mind me. There we go. Well, I guess it's time for the last book. The infraction log. The following details infractions allegedly committed against other members of the outpost by one Mealthor Kevin Sankatar. June 1st. This individual broke into my private office, stole all of my grapes, and rather than eat them, constructed an elaborate art piece of me. Peeing on a beehive. He then filled the room with bees, so that when I opened the door, I got swarmed and stung 755 times. Ugh. June 2nd. Against all better judgment, I allowed Kevin to borrow my Bunsen burner. When asked to return it, he brought back a small stack of ash and announced that you can burn a Bunsen burner with another Bunsen burner if you allow it to burn long enough. I mean, you're not wrong? But, I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be Bunsen burning a Bunsen burner. Yo, dog, we heard you like Bunsen burners, so we took a Bunsen burner to your Bunsen burner so you could burn things while you burn things. June 3rd. My lab notes went missing. Weeks of work. Weeks of work. Gone. When asking around, several others saw Kevin take them from my desk. I found them later, folded up, and used to prop up a wobbly table. Rude! June 12th. Kevin got back from vacation today. Is it a coincidence that my lunch was swapped with a bucket of mushy urine on the same day? Ew. June 13th. Kevin's forbidden from using the coffee machine. It took me 2 hours to clean the mess it made. I don't care where he got all that blood, it's just unsanitary and I won't stand for it. So he's the one who came up with meat coffee. Ew. June 14th. A reminder that the coffee machine in the kitchen is to be used exclusively for brewing coffee. Any other substance should not be used under any circumstances, so please do not put any of these in the machine. Fruit of any kind, vegetables of any kind, meat, florins, pixels, ether, mercury, blood. Why would you put a florin in the... More importantly, how would you fit a florin into the coffee machine? I mean, I guess if you could chop them into pieces... Oh, I don't want to think about it. That's gross. That's just gross. June 15th. All of the toilet paper rolls appear to have been replaced with sandpaper. All of them. Even the backups. I can hear Kevin giggling. That's actually a pretty good prank. Hurty, but pretty good. June 19th. Why the hell is all of the hydrochloric acid gone and replaced with vodka? I mean, they're no different. Beep, 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 beep. June 22nd. That son of a bitch swapped the natural gas and hydrogen tanks. I don't think he realizes how dangerous that could have been. Yeah, that is actually fairly dangerous. I mean, a natural gas leak can easily suffocate and kill a standard living being. I remember something about how miners used to carry a bird in a cage with them wherever they went. The bird essentially was a test subject for natural gas. If there was natural gas flooding a tunnel, then the bird would perish, they'd know immediately, and they'd get the heck out of there. Rest in peace, birdies. June 25th. Despite his clear genius, when asked on where he completed his education, Kevin merely slapped me on the ass and told me to be a good servant and get him a coffee. He then proceeded to follow me around for the rest of the day, making wide load truck beeping sounds every time I moved. That's actually kind of minor. I mean, it's bothersome, but... unless you were thick, then I think you should be fine. July 1st. No matter how much evidence we provide, Kevin is unwilling to accept that the universe contains more than one odor. What? He insists it's all simply variation of the same scent. To prove it, he keeps randomly farting in our stations. I really hate this idiot. I honestly want him dead. July 8th. Once again, every last sample in the lab gene storage has been removed, and in their place are test tubes with googly eyes glued to them. What? Test tubes with googly eyes. That I'm picturing in my head right now, and that is actually pretty funny. Imagine, like, centrifuging one of those tubes. Imagine how dizzy you'd get. June 9th. God damn it. Okay, let's wait a little bit. Thanks, madness. June 9th. Kevin has broken into Dr. Leslie's computer. Kevin found out many people keep notes of him. Kevin's popular. This pleases Kevin. Oh, this was actually written by him! Why he's speaking about himself in the third person like that? I couldn't tell you, but okay. July 7th. Twice this week, the backup generator fuel is siphoned and completely replaced with Essentia Obscura, causing station-wide hallucinations. Where this fluid was even obtained is a question in and of itself. I don't know, I found many bits of Essentia Obscura. I could probably replicate it using, well, either the liquid mixer or potentially a particular other exploit that I learned about recently. Thanks, life. Anyway, July 7th. Twice this week. Oh, wait, I already read that one. July 17th. 10 days of glorious, prank-free nonsense. And then I open up my plasmic fluid sample fridge, and inside, no samples. There is a note, however, that thanks me for donating to the Juice Salivation Society. What? The Juice Salvation Society. What would they even do with plasmic fluid? Do I even want to ask? July 18th. Wake up to my eyelids glued together. Woke up to my eyelids glued together. Thanks, Kevin. Oh, come on. July 21st. I cannot even begin to imagine how long it took Kevin to construct this statue of Cluix composed entirely of severed pop-top... Severed pop-top dong. If it weren't so horrific and appalling, I might actually be impressed. I'm less than pleased they chose to do it on the long weekend, as it's been festering in the lobby for 4 days. Ew! Ew! Why? I mean, you could, but why? July 25th. Someone drown him. Please. I can't fathom how he considers it humorous. But once again, he's traded my prosthetic leg to a gnome in exchange for a gnome-sized jar of peanut butter. I'm not sure how he even does it. It's biometrically locked to my torso. Well, technically, all you really need to do is get a biometric double of you. Probably like some type of hand or footprint or some kind to scan it into the system. It would recognize itself material, then it could be removed. Either that, or he's just really good at hacking. Take your pick. August 4th. Someone put the ESO eggs in the air system. There are now about 900 Easlings rampaging in the kitchen. To calm them down, Kevin then added 4 pounds of rage powder. 4 pounds. Where did he get that much of a Class A narcotic? August 8th. Another fat guy joke from Kevin. He's recorded sounds of a tuba playing. Whenever I move, he presses play. This has been ongoing since July 16th, and I can't take it anymore. Ouch. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. August 12th. I really can't figure out how it's comical to replace someone's hair products with watered-down sulfuric acid. My skin may be immune, but now I'm bald and look like the ass of a newborn. And no, some people can pull off bald. Case in point, Tear of Grace, Northern Lion, and, I'm trying to remember the character's specific title in Rainbow Six Siege, but that lady with the electric shield. August 22nd. I think he's finally toned it down. Nothing since the 12th. Nope! Probably not. 23rd. Called it. Damn it, I spoke too soon. He apparently replaced all of the ostrich eggs in the enclosure with raptor eggs. They hatched and ate the babies. When we got angry, he explained the eggs were lonely. I gave them friends. Technically, he's not wrong. I mean, like, I have an animal enclosure with copper beaks and regular chickens, and they seem to be getting along fine. As a note, copper beaks are carnivores. They haven't touched the chickens once. August 26th. Kevin won't let anyone near the raptors. He's dressed them all in tiny little ballerina tutus and refers to them as his students. I can't stop picturing it now. Now I'm just imagining a raptor performing a pirouette and then gouging out the throat of its unwilling victim. It's amazing. Thank you, Kevin. October 12th. I'm impressed. In a short period of time, Kevin has trained the raptors to perform a simple ballet routine. Unfortunately, he calls it the Dance of the Death Claws, and had them perform it in the now repopulated ostrich enclosure. God damn it! One, why are you putting the ostriches back in the same enclosure? Partially, that's your fault. You should be keeping them away from Kevin as long as possible. 2, what are you even using the ostriches for? I mean, yeah, this is the science outpost, but 1, I've never seen a single ostrich around anywhere on there. And 2, what would you even use ostriches for, anyway? Like, the eggs might be decent to eat, the feathers might help you keep warm in cold weather, but I don't understand what type of experiments you would perform with ostrich. Maybe testing their intelligence? October 13th. We've decided to dismantle the ostrich enclosure. Finally. We've invited some bee science folk to come and fill the space. It made sense, and on account of the thousands of bees he put in my office in June still roaming around. So that's why that's there. That was the old ostrich enclosure. That makes sense. October 15th. I attempted to prank Kevin. I apparently suck. Not only did it fail, he found it, dismantled it, and placed it in my room. I'm now the proud owner of a giant bucket of pop-top feces spilled on my floor. It's too simple. I'm sorry, it's too simple for Kevin. You'd need to be, more on the level of absurdism in order to keep up, I think. October 20th. I cannot believe that just happened. Kevin weaponized a shark by using a capture ball on a timer attached to a complicated mechanism. I was eating lunch, and a great white shark appears directly above my table, eats my lunch, and then enters a portal on the table and disappears. That's amazing? That's amazing. That's amazing. It just fucking shows up. It's just like, hi, bye. I'm taking your sandwich hostage. And now I've killed the hostage. It was delicious. October 25th. Bandits attacked. Kevin used weaponized sharks to kill them. I'm feeling less hateful. I mean, it's a pretty effective mechanism. Credit where it's due. I mean, the last person anyone would expect is a Mach 1 shark flying at their face. Literally the next day, Kevin has used Self-same weaponized shark device to instead create bunny things that won't stop making adorable sounds. We can't hurt them because they just burrow into pocket dimensions or something, and then pop back out and annoy. This is not going to be fun. Just deal with it, honestly. I mean, if they're cute, might as well deal with it. What's the worst that could happen? And immediately. October 27th. The bunny thing in my office is especially annoying. I think Kevin has genetically modified them. As mine cannot stop swearing. It literally does nothing but call me a litany of racist remarks, gives me the finger, and pops back into its old thing. Rude. Like, actually rude. The 29th of October. 3 days is enough. I left my office and had the life support system withdraw all air from the unit. It took 6 minutes and 53 seconds, but the bunny thing died in panic. I'm pleased. Halloween. Whenever Halloween was on Earth, I'm more than certain it does not involve repeated attacks with a limp zucchini, all shouting, "Excelsior!" Kevin, however, disagrees with us and insists his knowledge of Earth ways is unmatched. Our human members are not incredibly pleased about this, since Kevin has never even been to Earth. Wow. 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 I'm pretty sure you need some type of sword for that. Maybe I'm wrong about the reference that you're trying to make, but... 1, why is the zucchini limp? 2, how did it get that way? And 3, why are you using a zucchini in the first place? Oh no, Christmas? Well, he waited a while. Probably because he was training the raptors again. They have now mastered the art of targeted defecation, and are utilizing this new skill as much as possible. To ensure maximum dance power, Kevin has set them to roam free in the nearby woods. They like to aim their shots through the windows when we open them. How? How are they projectile sitting? How are they projectile sitting? January 3rd. I've been getting reports of missing lab equipment and consumables, mostly CO2 canisters. I've decided to increase storage security. Mistake. 2 days later, an explosion on the lower levels led to us finding Kevin launching wooden logs as steel blade from what appears to be a CO2 cannon, constructed from fridge spare parts and duct tape. Later, I also found out he was building an altar in my personal storage room, decorated with photographs of my Uncle Steve. I have no idea how he got the pictures. Several piles of shaved wood sat in one corner, and a huge statue of my uncle riding an angry bullfrog made from split logs decorated the other. That's impressive. Now that is impressive. I mean, Kevin is absolutely whacked, but I have to give the man credit where it's due. He knows how to go out of his way for a joke. Some of those cases are not exactly good jokes. But others, like this one, are hilarious. January 9th. Kevin was caught stealing large amounts of concentrated sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and toluene. After inspection of his room, a large box of nails was found, with the words, "Death to Equestria," scribbled on the side. Okay. So, someone's My Little Equine, collection is definitely getting destroyed. The 15th. Kevin has declared this week... What? Zella Appreciation Week, in honor of a nearly extinct Earth instrument. If you can call it that. Within about 11 seconds, we wanted to murder him. We are now on hour 7. I have purchased a new rifle from the Ansible network. January 24th. We received a shipment of around 400,000 of these Vuvuzelas from the Ansible network. We also received a 15% discount card off our next big-scale purchase. Kevin was later found fueling a bonfire with them and grilling mice over it. What? What? What even is a Vuvuzela? Is it even safe for me to research it? Give me a couple seconds. What the fuck is a... Anyways... The 30th. Kevin made a shrine for a bigger, more primitive apex-like animal the humans had on Earth, called... Oh no. Haramber, or something. He kept making off with several of the stuffed bananas. This only means we need to change the password on the food storage. Again. Really? They actually went there. They actually went. Thanks. And of course, the moment I open up Brave, I'm greeted to the face of a particular Magmammal judge because, yes, I was editing another Magmammal video earlier in the week. Okay, this is actually fairly safe for work. Let's see if I can get a proper picture up. I actually didn't know what that was called. And now that I do, I wish I didn't. Actually, I just realized I could just use the, I could just use window capture, couldn't I? I also need to eat, but that's minor. I still have some steaks on me. I should be good. Whenever you're ready, Streamlabs, to allow me to edit the window capture. God, you know what? Delete it. Plug in a new one. In the meantime, I must consume a steak. Yay. Streamlabs is messing up. It's not letting me add any widgets. In the meantime, February 2nd, someone switched all of the Smarties with Skittles. That's not actually that bad. Like, honestly, I'd prefer the Skittles over the Smarties. They're both still pretty tasty, but... February 8th. After Kevin somehow got his hands on ancient audio track of old Earth music known as Darude Sandstorm, we weren't bothered at first. When he wouldn't let that damn song get a rest for several hours, even at night, we had to do something. We scheduled a trip to the most nearby desert biome with dangerous sandstorms tomorrow. Let's see if Kevin ever plays that God's Forsaken song again after being sandblasted for an hour or two. We'll say it's a picnic. And the next day, he's playing it even more. Yep. He kept playing the song louder. He then composed a version completely in reverse, played only with vomit sounds and a strange repeated word, YOLO. Okay. 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 Oh, good. And now it's work. And now Streamlabs is actually working with me. Thank you so much. A Vivuzela. Literally, it's like one of those horn things that people use in like soccer matches. Apparently in South Africa they use it more often, but I have seen it used by other types of oh god damn it. By other types of people. And for other sporting events too, while we're at it. Hello there, Araburn. How's it going? Just taking a look at various lore steps within Starbound for right now. Mostly Kevin. Being Kevin. February 10th. I found a deep-fried mushy... a mushy scrotum. God damn it. On my desk today, along with a side of ice cream and a happy birthday card. My birthday was 9 months ago. He's also aware that I have an allergic reaction to mushi. Oh my god. February 15th. We had to make clear to Kevin that surprise feeding us glitch food doesn't make us do the robots any faster, but instead gives us horrible indigestion and potentially lethal food poisoning. He insists that our version of science is akin to, and I quote, making love to a dead sea lion in the air while on fire. I am now attempting to picture exactly what this act would look like. Oh, I can picture it. I can picture it. And let's just say that is simultaneously the most glorious and cursed picture I've ever had the displeasure of seeing in my head. I need to get more meat. Yeah, sadly, I've given up on it. I've ended up lagging one too many times on the tree ship, so I'm settling for a bush right now instead. Make your jokes. But sadly, that's how it's just gonna be. My computer cannot hold it. It cannot take it. Oh well. Wow, apparently my computer cannot take it, for right here either. Why is this lagging so hard? It doesn't do this normally. Criminy. Ay, ay, ay. Well, bright side, got a little more food, so I can continue just... Voracious in what respect? With all the food? With the system requirements? With the haberdashery that is Kevin? I'm pretty sure it's an all-inclusive yes at this point. Alright, now it's getting a little better. There we go. Back to story time again. Or not. New madness effect. On the CPU. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It does depend on the mods that you have equipped, but even then, yeah, it is very demanding. In the meantime, I guess we enjoy Chrono Trigger music. I still maintain this is one of the best things that the mod has added. It's amazing. In the meantime, maybe I should, like, consider doing a little more crafting. Or at least until this music runs out. Let's see, I need... Let's see, for the potent mutagene, I need alien compound. I believe I can get that through breaking something. Don't particularly remember what, though. This music is still going. It's still going. Huh. Well, at least it's softer now, so I can continue with this. February 18th. Norbert finally snapped. He pushed Kevin off the roof after luring him upstairs for ninja practice. I just realized this is actually Secret of Mana. I keep mislabeling it as Chrono Trigger. It's actually Secret of Mana. It's actually the Secret of Mana boss theme. I'm an idiot. Elderstone and Plasmic Fluid. Ugh. Like, Plasmic Fluid I have plenty of. Elderstone is the complete opposite paradigm. Ugh. I have no idea where to get it. Just gonna have to do some looking, I guess. Right then, Norbert snapped, ninja practice, a thing which no Kevin can resist. We'd assumed, at long last, that we had freed ourselves from his tyrannical pranking. We were sorely mistaken. It turns out he's gene-linked his mind to this facility. Any attempt at murder results in a clone being immediately spawned using his most recent brain scan. He claims the station made him do it. He also apparently invented the question mark. Lovely. February 21st. Kevin kept persistently saying that the bird is the word today. He made the meeting of the engineering staff awkward, seeing as he just burst in. And Asiana, the fuel expert of us, who is an avian, was there. Now, being a bird wouldn't be so bad to ignore Kevin's quirks. But she's also a mute. Being reminded that she couldn't be the word at all, having no vocal capability since birth, was rather rude. Preparing a cake congratulating her on her muteness was worse. Elderstone, hydrogen, and something else. Ay, ay, ay. Ether, I think you get it from ether or liquid crystal centrifuge. I would probably hazard ether? But I could double check that recipe once I hit page 50 of this. That won't be too long though. February 24th, Kevin came back from a research expedition. He brought somebody named Greg with him. Please kill me. Literally the next day, Kevin has been missing for several days. Nobody knows where he is. And someone's been eating my cheesecake. I'll ask the cooks to bring it to my office. Lovely. I'd be upset too if someone stole my cheesecake. Alright, let's cut off the epic mix of Secret of Mana. As much as I like Secret of Mana, I think I've spent a little too long taking a look at various entries in the logbook. This is supposed to be a Starbound Lite stream after all, so I need to actually make some progress. And to do that, I think I could research ether using this thing. Can't exactly earn it quite yet, but even still. As an input, yeah, I can get alien compound from breaking up ether. You also said liquid crystal? Let's double check that. Because liquefied crystal is a little easier to get, but... Oh yeah, I can. Actually, I should also probably double check how to replicate more liquid crystal. I don't think I can, though. Which... Let's see. Input... Actually, no, wait. I should be putting output. Nope, I can't get liquid crystal through anything. I do have a little bit of it. Not much, though. Let's see, one of these was... Yeah, I have 204 units. And no way to replicate it without abusing mechanics. I guess the worst I could do is, like, break 50 of it, because I don't think I'll need too much of it in order to get a single piece of ether. Of course, my luck has never exactly held out, but we'll see. So just need to drop this in here. Then... Oh, right. I just remembered. We got a very important item earlier in the week. Quantum reactor. Let's see, I think it connects like so. Connect to wire to control output. Cool. I can hook it up to the power dispenser so I can see how much it outputs. You can make liquid crystal in the chem lab. True. I'll have to take a look at that recipe to see exactly how pricey it is. All. Let's plug in these fans. Exactly one alien compound. Thanks, game. Well, that at least unlocks the recipe. So yay. Unfortunately, I think I need several more than that in order to actually get the item. Rather, the mutagene. Let's see. Liquid iridium, liquefied crystal. That's a little pricey on the crystal side of things. If I had a good way to get, like, more crystal, then I'd consider it. But for right now, at least, it's a tall order. Means I'm gonna need to visit a Crystal Planet or 5 in order to raid them of their loot. Oh well. I've got a supercharged digger, I should be fine. Just take the crystal, mill it in the powder sifter, it should be good to go. Chunk loader? Thank you. Having a few issues there. Hey. Something's going off to my left. Like it matters. Actually, what am I doing? I have a grappling hook for a reason. There we go. I need to get the supercharged grappling hook at some point. Get the feeling that might be fairly useful. Crystal trees. Good point, actually. I think I have some crystal trees in my inventory, to which I'm gonna need to go quite a ways higher in order to actually plant them. Right side. Hey, there are even a few crystal trees right there. Not so bright side, gotta do some fighting. Although it's not exactly, too much of an issue. Because I've got a spear with their name on it, and this is like a difficulty 3 planet, if I remember correctly. Easy. Dropped something, I don't exactly know what. Yeah, they're dropping something, but I don't exactly know what. I think it's medkits. Answer, yeah. So we'll just, huck one of those out. And I guess huck some X's too, because why not? You? X. Way too easy. Eat it. Also do some extra looting. Rah. Right? There's no way I could die to all this. Because worst case scenario, I could just tank up. They don't know how to deal with the shield. So I could literally just stay here, fill them full of shield. Let's see what they've got in store here. A spoon. Actually, it's a weak spear, but even then. Couple crystals, not bad. Actually, no wait, those are geodes, aren't they? Maybe I should break those. Worst case scenario, it's just cobblestone, but hey. Silver and a geode sample. Could be better. Could be far worse, though. Weak gun. That I don't really need. Neither of those are chests, so I'm good. And apparently it's raining organic soup. Harvesting this, because I feel like that'll be necessary. Actually, while I'm at it, I don't exactly need to stay in here. So I can close the grate. Hi, don't mind me. I said don't mind me. If you want to fight me, that's fine, but you're gonna lose. You're gonna perish. You're gonna regret everything, and avian corpse. Nothing but bodies. Ow. I'm fine with this. Dissecting bodies is actually fairly profitable. Not even a challenge. Not even sure that does anything. Throwing spears, not that useful. And on the other side, also not that useful. Right. More importantly, I can raid these trees. There is absolutely nothing I could do. is correct. I can get more crystals this way. Just stock a whole bunch of crystal tree saplings and grow them on other planets. Nice idea. Thanks, Airburn. That's gonna settle my crystal issue. Ow. Actually, what am I doing? You're just beam out now. Doi. And with all the nitrogen I have just laying around, it's gonna be fairly easy to craft. Heck, I know nitrogenous C, so at this point the only gate would be crystals, and even then, provided I'm continually growing them, I should be fine. That's 20 right there. Another 25 right there. I'd actually set up these crystal trees. I guess on base 1. Because I've got more than enough open space there to just house them. Just need to go off to the right a little ways. Then I should... be able to just... yeah, I can. Excellent. Give them a bit of space so they can grow. That'll take time, but at least for right now, that'll help by leagues. Hi, random egg. Delicious. Delicious huevos. Excellent source of protein. I need those cell pods for certain. And at some point I'm gonna need to think about making synthetic material, because I think I need that for a few different things. At least for right now, though. Actually, that's really simple. Carbon... I could actually use the poison. Oh my god, yes. I could actually use the poison. I could actually vent the poison on that. Because those things have just been cluttering up space. And to be brutally honest, poison is incredibly easy to find and incredibly useless otherwise. Why did I beam up to my ship? I'm not storing liquids on my ship anymore. Well, I could still get the carbon at least. If I can remember where exactly I put the carbon. Probably down there with the rest of the stuff. Answer, no, not really. I should probably move that Frozime over. There we go. It's not like carbon's that hard to get, though. Pretty sure all I really need to do is just take a bit of that and mill it. I'm pretty sure I had some loose leaf carbon somewhere. Probably in the chemical chest. Not in the... Actually, yeah, in the chemical chest. Let's take out 23. Pour it over, get some poison, make some synthetic material. Actually, I don't think I remember quite how many synthetic material that particular recipe needed. I also don't remember the recipe period, so... Oops! Oh well. More importantly, I get to see the output of this thing when I plug it full of deuterium. Flies all the way up to 100. Noted. Break all those. That just breaks in all of 5 seconds. Holy. Copper. Not sure what else. You can trap enemies in a hole or between 2 walls and drop a poison on them. True. And I might consider, like, making the acid gun in the future, but... at least for right now... well, some enemies end up being immune to poison, and even then... might not necessarily be the best thing to throw at enemies. Let's see, while I'm at it... mill all of those. That'll get me some crystal at least. Also get me some other materials too while I'm at it. Healing water gun. I did not know there was a healing water gun. Interesting. I feel like I was supposed to plug something else into here. I don't know what. Actually, at that... transference thing got interrupted. Damn it. I'm gonna need to fix that. To which... I selected the wrong node. Well then. There we go. That should be working now. And answer... Huh! Yep, it's working alright. Apparently they were disconnected so long that they maxed out on water quite some time ago. I should also probably consider getting the ethanol and algae out of them quick. Maybe take that water too. Plonk it in there, that'll do its thing. And synthetic material. Back to base 1. And now I can take care of that. Poke. Poke. There we go. Molecular nanofiber. That's a new one. Graphene. Well, the graphene ain't that bad to get, actually. Since I just have some back at base. At that... maybe make some mutavisc silk, too? Or am I missing materials for that? Answer, I am. I need fungal ichor. Whatevs. So I guess pull up some graphene, then I can make that new type of fabric. Also might need to consider making a dedicated graphene shopping trip again. Starting to run low. That won't take too long. Hello, Hyrule Field, apparently. Okay. Molecular nanofiber. I don't think anything procced from that. Yeah, so they just came into my inventory. Yay. I'll find some use for them. In the meantime, science outpost. Because graphene. At that, I also need to take a look at around the science outpost too, specifically to figure out what other tiers of missions might be available. Because at the end of the day, full completion of this particular playthrough project of mine is going to be completing the tricorder. That's gonna take a bit. I am very, very well aware that that is a tall order. Honestly, this has been pretty fun. And will likely still be pretty fun. Don't mind me. Just want to buy your entire stock of graphene. And then pour it out, I guess. So I could drop that, among other things. In reality, I just realized that that was an absolutely terrible idea, and I probably should have just stayed on that planet so I could actually do the exploring. But that's standard me. Oh well. Drop a whole bunch of stuff. I also need to get some food. Okay. Grab the hydrogen. Steak. And back down to the outpost, I guess. For a little bit. Phew. So, how are things with you, Airburn? Morning going well? Hope it is, honestly. Nothing out of you, it seems. Heck. Anything from you? Doesn't seem like it. High-tech bookcase. Gene fabrication stuffs. Plant material that I probably shouldn't touch. What do you have to say? Nothing. Powder sifter. I don't exactly know how to unlock the other parts of the tricorder. blunt honesty on that one. I know it involves the science outpost, but I don't extensively know. Okay. Was I supposed to have? Jeez, these guys have 2 of them? But they're wired to nothing. Okay. That's a little peculiar, but whatever. I wonder what I can do outside the facility. Hey, thanks for following, Dagato. Welcome to Synapse. We host all types of wanderers here, yourself included. Poke. Stuff is... Ew. I mean, to each their own, dude. You can enjoy taxidermy as much as you want, but, me, I'd rather have my living beings actually living. They're much more cuddly and engaging. Doesn't seem to be anything up here. I don't think the merchants around here have much to say. Apparently you have a quest. Get a red flower. Technically I have a red flower? I mean, it's kind of just sitting in my inventory, I think. Yeah, red. Oh, wait, those are just seeds. Yeah, Starbound's a really nice, just chill game. Really easy to get lost in the world and just relax. Kind of one of the big reasons why I wanted to stream it in the first place as a first project. Specifically because it's like, there's so much you could do with Frackin, hell, Starbound period, and it's just a nice game to unwind. No, I don't want a light show. I have my own. I kid, but... What the heck? Why did I put the tritium there? Jeez, me. Like, actually put that stuff away. That too, actually. Probably a good idea. Honestly, hope those streams go well in the future. Maybe I'll drop by for a couple. See how you play things. Always like learning a little bit about people, just how from how they play a game. Speaking of how to play a game, I like to play a little game with this corpse. It's called Dissection. Oh, not again! Madness effects. They do nothing but be amusing. Also interrupt me. Maybe on the off time when I'm not streaming or whatnot. I've always wanted to see it. Of course! Of course! The moment I try to open my mouth, I end up getting interrupted by the music. It's almost like this game just wants to predict when I'm going to say something, and then cut it off. Are we done yet? Like that, I'm pretty sure the effect is almost done. Please? Please? Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. Dissect those. Dissect these. I could have sworn I had 2 brains. Maybe I'm hallucinating. Oh well. So while I'm at it, I could dissect that. For a unit of madness. There we go. And with that, I have dinner. Pick up all those, and I guess throw some crystal in here too while I'm at it. Once I can find it. Smooth ice. There we are. Don't need flower petals, really. And I think... technically I could drop the ball of powder too, since that's somewhat easy to come by. And while that mills... of course it's gonna take a while to mill in the first place. I'll probably like have the game running off stream just to finish milling that. But that aside... when I have that bro... I'll take it, whatever. Okay. Drop mineral-based stuff. You. So that means you. I guess the snowflake too. Those. There we go. Right, I wanted to make books at one point, didn't I? I think I have the remnant materials just lying around. Let's see here. It was 20 high quality paper. Actually, I think my gate was the paper for a little bit. Mostly because I just need a little time to actually get some. There's always an easy solution for that. Just roam around planets, cut some trees down. Also might need some coffee. There we are. And wood. Just need to process that wood, make some high quality paper, and then I can get my madness books. There's the paper. Just mill that. Then sulfur. I don't think that was enough paper. We'll see. Did I drop the water? Yeah, I did. Damn it. If I remember correctly, I needed a blonde coffee for the easily obtainable books. The insane notes, I believe. Because I probably should vent my my madness before it causes any more undue effects. I need more blonde coffee. Right side, I have the coffee beans for that. Don't necessarily have the water, but that's almost a non-issue. The inventory slot, on the other hand, is a very big issue. Mostly because flares keep clogging my inventory. Port to base 3. I can take care of that need. Whoop. There we go. Take about 20 units, I guess. Drop some other fluids and gas. Actually, what's that helium? I want to test something. think the thinger can mill helium. Not 100% sure about that. But it would also be nice if I had some rods to actually spend on it. Just a little thought. Nothing more. There we go. Now let's see what I've got. Whole bunch of hydrogen, tungsten, carbon. Ah, it doesn't mill. Damn. Oh well. So in that case, back to making coffee. Need more blonde coffees. There's that coffee machine. All set. That'll at least take care of another 10 books. Once I stop falling into things. Oh no, wait, I don't have the paper, don't I? Shoot. I don't think I have the paper on me. Cross fingers? Yeah, I'm missing quite a bit of paper. That means more tree milling. Take one of those, just for the road. That grew in like no time flat. There we go. Where are the saplings? There we go. Respect the trees. Take up a little more water. And back up to deal with coffee grinding. Actually, not coffee grinding so much as paper making. At least give me enough for one book, I think. Probably not yeah, not two, but one stack of books at least is better than nothing. Besides, all I'd need is, like, to transfer 5 more paper. Well, rather, get 5 more high grade. Such, that's not terrible, all things considered. I know, I can actually make 2 sets. Good. I had enough for 2 sets. Miscalculated. Alright. Time to take a look at the notes of how drinking and driving work. Let's hope this gets me all the madness I need. By the look of it, probably not. Well, at least get me that much closer. 3, 2, 1. There we go. So in that case, in terms of... metaphysics. Do I have enough? Well, I have enough for one of those volunteers. I think it's about 800? Maybe I should try to save up to 900. I mean, I could afford the other one, which has some weapons on it. But I can't really take advantage of dark matter for right now, so that's not exactly worth it. So in that case, what can I produce relatively quickly? I mean, technically I could just buy blonde coffees, I think. I have the leather. All it's just a matter of getting the paper. To which, I think, all the way to the left I have a couple trees. Rather, I should have a couple trees. Bonk. Douche. Yep. Couple of trees. Probably shouldn't have beamed up right there, but oh well. Mill those, get the materials I need. Buy some blonde coffee from the outpost. Then that should settle that. No, I'm good. There we are. Right, I don't think I have pixels quite yet. Such I could fix that. Just need to access my Swiss bank account. Make withdrawal of about 3,000. Actually, technically I could just mill some ores too, but... Now that I have use for things like Zerkesium, maybe not the best idea. And back to the outpost we go. Still not exactly sure if I can, like, get access to some other quest lines around here, though. It'd be really nice if I could. But I don't know exactly how I'd be able to do that. I mean, I think I've pretty much talked to everyone around here. Well, they do reciprocate and stalk me. They don't exactly have too much other than that to mention. Apparently I can only afford 4. Is that just the amount of inventory slots I have left, or... No, not really. Apparently it's just that expensive. Holy crap. Noted. I take the teleporter back to... Actually, I think back to my ship, because now I need leather, and I'm pretty sure I have a bit of that just tucked away in a nook. Worst case scenario, I just dissect another epidermis. But hey. At that, it's also a matter of trying to figure out where exactly they are. While I'm at it, let's store some of my perishables so they don't go bad. As for the leather, right there. That will be more than enough. Looks like, just double checking. I have enough paper. I have the coffee. I have the leather. That should be good. To make one more set of books at least. Let's hope that'll give me enough madness to actually buy into the tree that I want to finish up. Because sometimes I can get screwed on the madness front. And begin reading. There we go. Perfect, I have enough. That... What did that unlock exactly? That is a lot of madness. New areas of research few even dare to attempt, mostly because of law, ethics, and morality. Lovely. Antediluvian texts, Zox seed, Pretzel seed, bioflash torso, and a madness bomb. Huh. Interesting. Actually, what did I unlock with that tier specifically? A whole bunch of recipes, including Cordata armor apparently, but I already have that. Translate texts. Wrapping recipe. I want to make that viola roots. And T-Vok darts. Actually, several of these recipes seem fairly useful to me. Time to see what exactly I might need to get together. Let's see, the writing desk. I don't exactly know where I can make that. That one isn't too useful for right now. Let's double check back on the ship. Something tells me that it might be like a furniture option on there. Because I don't think I've made it. And if I haven't, then it might be a good idea for me to make it. Alright, the dimensional storage. Angelic teleporter. That's interesting. Right, what was the thing? Just type in table, I'll probably find it. It's physically not a table game, but okay. Yep, right there. Linguistics table. Oh, Amber? That means I need to deal with bees. Because, like, the tungsten linguistics table, easy. But I don't think I've yet to... I think I've yet to get a single chunk of amber. When did I drop my spear? No, really, when did I drop my rocket spear? Son of a... I hope I didn't lose it. I mean, it wouldn't be that bad of an issue to make a new one, but... You know, it's the principle of the matter, you know? Like, that Sarcasium Sphere has been with me for at least 10 or 12 episodes. Excluding the, Lite episodes. I named it. I didn't, but I named it. I don't see it anywhere. Great. Great. Oh well. I can make a new one. Won't be too bad. In the meantime, though, actually, I might as well, check what I need to make a new spear. I think it's just like 6 Zircesium. Heck, maybe I'll want to invest in a different type of rocket spear now. Depends. What if it'll show up like this? Nope, not really. So in that case... Oh, Lunary Crystal. I have Lunary Crystals now, so... Not that much of a loss. Five Zircesium and Lunary Crystal. Simple. And after that, maybe I could spend a half hour looking around for pyrite. Well, I'm derping hard. I had Lunary Crystals are like right here. There we go. And 5 Zircesium. Should also equip either the Hellfire Armor, probably this one. I thought I also need to see what I need for the thermal shell. Because that particular one is going to be fairly useful. 20 Zircesium, 4 molten cores, 2 quantum processors. Quantum processors require Protosite. At least I think they do. Yep, and silicon boards. takes care of that. And molten cores. $12 zircesium, 40 liquid iron. No, wait, 120 liquid iron. Oh, that's gonna take forever. Well, in that case, let's just refund my rocket spear and do some adventuring. Maybe I could find another ravine in the current galaxy I'm in. Or I could go back to the old one I looted and just mill that up again. It's a thought. There we go. Actually, let's take a look at the other planets in this solar system anyway. One of them's gotta have something useful on it, right? Well, other than the current one that I'm on, which, actually, I don't remember what this one... I think it was the frozen planet. The ice waste. Such I will need to explore that at some point. Likely next Sunday? Pools of acid, sulfuric planet. I need either iron, zircesium, dark primeval. But it's not exactly in high quantities. Extreme ship. Extreme energy readings. And a space station with medical supplies. Definitely raiding those asteroids quick. Then I can use what I find there, mill it up, and potentially see what exactly the medical bay has. I've been saving up pixels specifically for the situation where I'd end up finding a whole bunch of more alien corpses. Because those are very good resources. So without further ado, let's get my ass trashed. You know, standard. Oh, right, while I'm at it, should have that mech repair tool on a hotbar. Rather, if I don't already, might be a good idea. Once I can actually find it. No. I don't have it on me, do I? No, I do. Good. So, just gonna slot that in there. And get moving. It's been a while since I've gone on mech exploration trip. Woo! That's going to mill me in a heartbeat. Just keep moving in loops. It won't be able to keep up. Whew. Just keep moving in loops. Damn it. Keep moving, keep moving. Takes care of you. Whew. Also gets me a little asteroid remnants. But mill those for iron at least, so that's good. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. The wall Mattis. Start repairing. I don't have anything to eat in my inventory. Actually, no, wait, technically I do. Emergency berries. Mill this a second time, then we should be good to go. Looking a little better on health, at least. I do need to upgrade the mech repair tool one more time. Not again. Nicked one of them. Just keep moving. Keep moving. That takes care of the larger thing. Now it's just dealing with the tinies. Such running low on health. Crap. Okay, that takes care of the shooter at least. Now it's just a matter of crap moving fast enough that these things won't harm me. Fine then. I have a shield, I have a mace ball. I could survive. If I could just kill them. Crap. Good. Crap. If I could just kill them, that'll be one less thing to worry about on the next go around. Could have been a whole lot better, but I at least took care of the ambush brigade. I'm still gonna need to port back, but I'll take that over dying. I mean, if I die from a mech explosion, it doesn't exactly soak up my inventory. Or rather, if I die in space, it doesn't soak up my inventory. But even then, something to keep my death count down, considering how often I end up, croaking, would be good. Now me, actually pay attention to your surroundings. Just in case. Because the last time, you got ganked unnecessarily. Whoop! Case in point. Missiles. Take that. Point blank missiles. There we go. That takes care of that. Now for you. Actually, you're, cake, because all you do is try to be a nuisance and fail. There we go. Take a look around. So far, nothing. That's good. And we made it. Now all that's left is disabling the security system. Such that isn't as bad as it might sound. That's one turret. Now for the other one. Crap. Hey, me, actually aim. Almost. Maybe I should consider upgrading my, mech artillery in the future. Because as is, I'm flailing. A lot. God damn it. There we go. Solarium. Nice. Always a nice sign. Bit of timber. Now time for the part of this that's gonna suck. Such for that. I think I have some buff food on me. Yep. Improved damage, and also energy output. Shield. Start macing. Bit more ore, core fragments. It's an essentia. Or ancient essence, rather. Pixels. Seems to be about it there. And in here, useless. Hold one of the mech parts. That's good. Oh. I didn't see you there. How about that? Takes care of that issue. And I even get to hide out for a little bit. Compressed algae. Gross. How would that even be useful? Like, I'm actually curious about that one. How would that be useful? Chips and chilies. Jam and something else. Taking that. Ultimate juice. Interesting. When did I drop my guard? Ay ay ay. There we go. Now for the rest of this stuff. Hot bone. Probably not the best idea for me to eat that, but oh well. Hot, hot, hot pot. Yeah, miracle grass seeds are fairly easy for me to get, so let's just drop those. Medkits I always need. 4 fragments. A bow. And what type of mineral do we have here? Ferrozium. Actually a pretty good gain. There we go, so I can actually see a little bit. Because apparently that works. Got a whole bunch of this background wall, because... iron. There we are. A bunch of tomatoes and corn down there, so that's cool. Let's see. No passageways by the look of it. So I'm just gonna have to go down their menu. Such a chore that I have to go down there manually. Sarcasm. Absolutely junk. Like, seriously. Why do I want to make bottles in the first place? Designed for effective chopping. Tier 6 axe. Considered. If not to have, then at least sell. Maybe it'll be useful then. Ooh, I'm really tempted to do something yet again. Is anyone in here? No? Good. Meh, just throw it away. It's not like I need it. Heck, it's not even like I need those tomatoes and whatnot. Although, just looking around, and there wasn't anything like a hidden chest or whatnot. Disheartening, but oh well. This elevator's sure taking its time. Because I hit the wrong button. Don't mind me. Alright. And... oh, you actually broke my shield. Credit where it's due. Nice work, dude. Doesn't seem to be anything of interest around here. So, well, except for the, it's mineral over here. It's sulfur. So is that a lame? This is an extreme. I was expecting, like, Violium, or maybe even... I don't know, something better than just... sulfur, which I can literally find in droves. Oh well. I mean, heck, the meteorite rock it's in is technically worth more than the sulfur itself. Specifically because the rock can be processed into iron. I mean, is it a lot of iron? No, but it's leagues more useful. At least this is a use. Whatever this is. Answer Solarium ore by the look of it. Such yay. Nice to have a bit of a stock of that. I think I can use it for a hybrid battle? I don't fully remember. That's 3 pockets of ore down. Had to add it to my inventory. Better. That means there's one more ore deposit right down to the right. There's also this. A couple more boxes to loot. Such... a reality hammer. Tier 6. I'll put that in the social slot, just so I can store a little more crap. More oil lanterns. To which, technically I have a few uses for them, but even then. Could harvest that. Core fragments. And the last mineral appears to be gold. I feel ripped off. I feel ripped off by this particular mine. I mean, don't get me wrong, gold has its uses, but... considering that I could find them on mines with lesser difficulty, what's the point? Oh well. Or Zor, I guess. That's all that milled. So in that case, time to process some ores and end the day's part. So, for those who drop by, I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting for this series and then some. It actually means a lot to me. It helps get me a little more purpose in life. Helps me feel a little better about myself when I'm in such a dark corner of my life. I really appreciate not just the fact that you're coming out there, but also the input as well. That will help guide my hands in the future. Because, let's face it, I do a lot of messing around and not necessarily make a lot of progress. It'd be really nice if I could actually figure out what I'm doing and also stick to what I'm doing, period. But anyway, future streams can be encountered on this Twitch channel, Sage of Magi. Usually it's Saturdays, 9 a.m. to noon is usually random game night. Or random game morning, sorry. Well, now anyway. And Sundays from 6 p.m. to 10 is game clearing. In this case, Starbound Frackin Universe. On a 2-week delay, these streams go up on a YouTube channel, Sage Blade. There's a button for it within the Twitch page itself, if you're viewing it on a PC, for example. You can also find other types of videos on there as well, such as Preview Purview, where I've been taking a look at various game demos, and also, currently at least, a full playthrough of Magmammal Episode 0. Or rather, I say full playthrough, but most of it is essentially based off of the streams that I've done previously of the game that you could also find on that channel still. You can also find... you could also find various things that I've worked on fiction-wise on my DeviantArt page, Sage of Magi. That includes, most specifically, a webcomic that I've temporarily stopped because of lacking time to actually work on it. Ultronium Rod. What? That's amazing. Well, anyway, there's that webcomic, World for One, as well as there's some other stuffs for One Soul Fragmented. I'm planning on adding something to that in the future, maybe in a month, if not a month and a half. And also a story project that I'm working on in bits and pieces called No Stones Unturned. You can also find me on Twitter at Sage of Magi, and there you can talk with me, mess around, generally get to know me. You can even recommend games for me to take a look at in the future. The only other item I could bring up is I'm also just floating around on Discord. Among other places, I am on the Starbound Frackin Discord. I'm occasionally talking around there. And other than that, I think it's about time I return to the Void. Then again, I'll look at it,